Hey, welcome to another edition of Trash Talk. And
Good morning.
and and excuse me, waiter, but there's a man in my cereal.
Yep. Want me to stir it for you?
Yeah, you look very comfortable in front of your Fruit Loops, which
I feel good.
hey, that's the subject this morning. We're talking about cereal. We started talking about this during the week, and we thought, hey, that might be a fun thing to talk about because we were all kids once, and when you were a kid, you never ate regular cereal. Your mom had to force oatmeal down your throat sometimes, and all. But when you went to the grocery store, you always looked for the brightest boxes, the most colorful cereals, and of course, when we were kids, there were always premiums inside the box. So sometimes, even if you didn't like the cereal, you bought the cereal because it had a cool pair of 3D sunglasses or something inside of it, or a keychain or something. So those were the day. Did you ever do that? Buy the cereal?
Oh my God! Yeah, absolutely. Well, and this is what makes me mad. This is what kind of pisses me off nowadays on the long list of things that make me mad. Nowadays, cereal has gotten, first off, super expensive, but so cheap in their prizes and giveaways. Like hardly any cereals give away anything anymore. Now they're like, scan the QR code and you can get a free game. And I'm like, I don't need your free stupid cereal game. Give me a t-shirt, give me a little action figure for your $9 box of cereal. Like back in the day, I had some amazing cereal toys. I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
but
you're right. They used to have the little figures or so that you would get, and you collect them, and they'd partner up with some of the movie studios. So if there was, if there was a big movie that was coming out, you'd get like the Star Wars figures inside the cereal.
Well, there have been a total of, since Star Wars came out, all of the movies, there have been a total, I believe, don't quote me, but I'm in the 20s, 20 different variants of Star Wars cereal. Okay. Now, back when the original trilogy came out, they did the coolest thing ever. Not only did you get a cool little, some sort of figure, could have been a keychain, could have been a little plastic figurine of one of the guys, but you saved the UPC code and you mailed in like 2 of the box tops or 3 of the box tops, and they mailed you a Hasbro Star Wars figure, a limited edition. So I got 2 of them. I got the Emperor, the main bad guy, Emperor Palpatine, which he wasn't available in the stores. It was only through the cereal.
Right.
And then I got Darth Vader, but after he died and they showed him as a good guy. And I still have those now. And I was like, dude, it got people to buy more cereal.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing. They got smart and they said, hey, listen, rather than spending the money to put something inside the cereal, we'll just have a coupon printed on the cereal box, and you collect 6 of these coupons and mail it in, and they'll send you some. Well, that meant, I got to buy 6 boxes of this cereal, in order to get it. And you sometimes had to buy the cereal like 2 or 3 boxes at a time because it was a limited time offer only.
It would go away. Yeah, for sure.
So now you're running around to different grocery stores to see who still had the cereal with the coupons on the box.
I love it. I miss those days because obviously having a toddler, they eat cereal, Cheerios, Fruit Loops. I try not to give him all the sugary stuff. I really don't, because it's so bad for you. But every now and then, I mean, let's just be kids and have some fun,
Yeah.
So I always look for like a prize because I think he'll think it's cool, and I never find one. They don't do it anymore.
Who would have ever thought that Cheerios would morph into so many different kinds of cereal? You got regular Cheerios and Honey Nut Cheerios and sugar-coated Cheerios and Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks. Yeah, all the chocolate.
Bricks.
Yeah. So all based on that little round oat.
Well, that's the thing too. And then Cheerios as a brand, if you just look at Cheerios itself, they have they have regular Cheerios, Honey Nut Cheerios, Toasty Wheat Cheerios. They have all the different Cheerios under the Cheerio flag.
Right.
Compared to just the one back in the day, the plain old dry Cheerios, which I always have a box of Cheerios because number one, it's out of all the cereals, not all of them, it's not a bad cereal for you. If you look at what it does, it's not bad. And it's a great little snack for little man. You know, here, pop some Cheerios in the car. We can go on a road trip. Everybody's happy.
I everybody did that with their kids, especially their toddlers. The little Tupperware container filled with Cheerios, and the kids would just sit there and eat the Cheerios.
And now he's got this cool, like they didn't have these when we were kids. He's got this cool cup, okay? It's a Lightning McQueen cup from Cars. And it's got his little drink in there with the straw. On top, he opens it up, and it's got the Cheerios in there. So you got the drink. I'm like, that's the perfect little snack. Like, I want one of those. I want a little thing at work where I can just, and then drink my drink, you know?
Yeah. My mom used to get those individual boxes, you know, that like Kellogg's and each one of them used to have the collection of with the sugar smacks and the Frosted Flakes and the Cheerios and the Rice Krispies and everything. And you just take those little boxes. And in those days, in the beginning, you could even get the boxes where they were packaged in foil. So you could just open it up and you could pour a little milk right inside the box. And
coolest thing ever.
Yeah. The only place you see those now is at the hotels and motels. The ones that serve breakfast in the morning, they still have those boxed cereals.
I remember getting some of those boxes trick-or-treating for Halloween. We had a neighbor that would toss those boxes in.
Hey, you know, that's a good idea.
I was so excited. I was like, this is cool.
I'll have to remember that. So what were some of your favorite cereals?
Well, you know, obviously all the fun ones, you know, I remember Nintendo came out with the cereal game box. And this is back when Nintendo first came out, the little square white guy. And they had one side was Super Mario Brothers, and the other side was Legend of Zelda, both of their biggest game that they had. And there were 2 individual bags of 2 different cereals and 2 different prizes, might I add. I really loved that. Yeah. But I'm also, if we want to go more traditional cereals, Wheaties. I love Chex. I love Corn Flakes. Rice Krispies, the original.
Chex is another one. Started out just with rice Chex, and then they went to wheat Chex and corn Chex. Now you got cinnamon Chex. You got strawberry Chex. You got all kinds of different combinations. You know.
It was great.
I was, as a kid, I don't know if they still have them. Sugar Pops.
Oh, Corn Pops?
Sugar Corn Pops.
They have them.
They still got them?
I bought some. So this was the one cool thing they did in September or August. Kellogg's had a thing where if you bought one of their brands of cereal and you scanned your receipt, you could get a free book or donate a free book. And you got up to 6 books.
Oh, cool.
Which I thought was cool. Well, I didn't donate. I donated to my son. So I would buy any Kellogg's brand, scan the receipt, and I got 6 books, you know, throughout the month. And I would save those books. Like he's getting some of those books for Christmas, you know. But it was a really cool thing. But that was the first time I had Corn Pops in years.
Yeah, and then it seemed like kids were buying cereal for the color of the cereal. If it was multicolored, Lucky Charms, like behind you, Fruit Loops, all the different, you know, and Toucan Sam. I don't know why I remember Toucan Sam with the Fruit Loops, but then all of a sudden it wasn't so much the cereal. The kid didn't care so much about cereal. It was who it was named after, like Count Chocula. You know, they had they had Rice Krispies for a long time, but Count Chocula came out. So any of the Sesame Street, aged kids would buy Count Chocula cereal, and of course, as we got older, we ate Wheaties for whatever athlete was on the box.
Absolutely. I remember getting the Bo Jackson because I was a big Bo Jackson fan.
And you'd
Jordan,
eat the cereal and collect the boxes.
And then when the Detroit Pistons were the bad boys, and they had their own Detroit. Yeah, I had the box up till about 5 years ago. I sold it.
Yeah. But what were some of the other cereals now that are named after cartoon characters or after people? I mean, there's lots of.
A lot of them. So there's so many cartoons out, and they come out with cereal for like a month, and then they get rid of it, and then they come out, they repackage it, name it something else. We had a bad experience with a cereal. So this was during COVID. I know we're still in COVID, but when I say during COVID, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like trying to just, entertain a 3-year-old, like we can't go anywhere. We gotta make life fun. And I bought the Trolls, the movie Trolls, which are just based off an old 80s toy anyway. But so we had the movie Trolls. They just came out with a new one. I think it was like, I don't know. It's a horrible movie, but we had just watched it and he was kind of into it. Well, they had the Trolls cereal and it was a big purple box, all the Trolls in it, bright. I'm talking bright neon colors, brighter than this cereal, purple, rainbow, marshmallows. So I'm like, let's try it out. He's not going to eat the whole freaking box of it, but let's try it out.
Yeah.
So we bought the box and I ate it and I was like, dude, this is way too sugary for me. Like, oh my God. But I would give it to him a little bit and he loved it. So when he was a good boy and he wanted a treat for that week, I'd give him a little handful of cereal. I'm going to try to make this G-rated. So I had to go to the bathroom, handle my business. And I'm noticing things are a little bit different and I'm like, well, we eat a lot of vegetables and we juice, and maybe that has something to do it. And he was still in diapers at the time. just getting out of diapers. Like we're in that phase, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a diaper at night, and then we're trying to get him to potty train. I'm opening his diaper and I'm like, God, what is happening in here? Why does it look like a unicorn threw up, And it literally looked like somebody mixed up a bunch of Play-Doh. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? So I went to I had another situation and it looked like he dumped Play-Doh in my toilet. Found out it was a horrible cereal.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've never seen that happen. I dumped it. I dumped it out, but literally you would open up the diaper and it was just bright, like you had to take a step back.
Well, I remember that. I remember that kind of happening when my kids were growing up, and they were into Lucky Charms, because some of the colored cereal and all would break down, but those little marshmallows didn't. And we have painted a very, very bad picture here.
I threw that box away. And he asked for it. I was like, no, dude, I'm not having rainbow poop anymore. Okay. It's getting weird, bro.
and now it seems like you walk down the cereal aisle and all the action figures, all the superheroes and all the, Captain Marvel, Captain America, and all they've all got a cereal named after them now.
They just came out.
Hannah Montana had a cereal named after her.
Hannah Montana did. Dora the Explorer had one. Blue's Clues back when we were, I wasn't a kid then, but yeah, he had one. Sesame Street's still coming back because it's on HBO.
The Smurfs.
They got them. The Smurfs because they're movies. Garfield for the 5th time.
I mean, yeah, I remember the Ninja Turtles, and
it's a good cereal.
Can you can you imagine yourself in the research and development department at Kellogg's or something, and you guys are sitting around the table and you're trying to figure out how are we going to make this cereal look like a little ninja turtle, you know, or a character from Frozen, whatever, and then stuff it in the box. I'm waiting for the baby sharks now. You know,
They have Baby Shark cereal.
they got Baby
it.
Shark cereal now.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I bought it for Luke like 2 years ago. Yeah, I bought it for Luke.
yeah. So,
And guess how much? They only sold it in the family size, and it was $5
whoa.
for a freaking box. I bought it because I'm an idiot, but
You bought it because Luke saw it up on the shelf and said, "Dada." That
yeah,
one.
I think it was 2 at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, whatever you want. Sure, I got it. But you know what's interesting is Kellogg's is like the godfather of coming out with the cereal designs. There's a couple other companies that do it, but Kellogg's has capitalized on the different marketing cereals. What makes me mad though is when they come out with a movie cereal, like let's say the Avengers cereal, and it really doesn't. It's just like an oat cereal or a wheat, little tiny oat cereal and a marshmallow that kind of looks like an A. Like they didn't even put any effort into it,
Right.
Yeah.
Because they know the kids are going to eat it anyway, because they just
It's
like
just the box. It's the box.
just grab them by the box, and it's getting to the point where they put more time and effort into designing the box than they do the cereal that's in the box.
Yeah. Chances are the Avengers cereal tastes like the 1979 Star Wars cereal. It's just repackaged,
Right. Yeah. Just like the new and improved version of the old stuff.
Yeah. Do you eat cereal today? Like do you eat cereal still or?
Yeah, I still do. And we've kind of limited the kind of cereals that we eat. Still do Rice Krispies because I like Rice Krispies, and then add blueberries or strawberries or raspberries or bananas or something to it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Rice Krispies taste kind of bleh by themselves.
You know what cereal I like that everybody makes fun of me for is I love Grape Nuts.
Great. Yeah. And for a while they were hard to find. Post Grape Nuts.
I love that cereal.
Yep. Good cereal. And although as you get older, you have to watch out because some of those little nuggets can crack your fillings.
Well, yeah, and a little goes a long way. That cereal grows in water. Like it just grows. But yeah, I'm a big cornflakes guy too. And Special K I like.
Oh, there. Excuse me. I was being a ventriloquist.
Stuart left.
But the grape nuts and the cornflakes, sometimes you got to sit there and you got to eat it while it's still kind of crispy and all, because if you let it sit in the milk too long, like you leave grape nuts in a bowl for about 5 minutes, and it's almost like eating pablum or mush.
It is mushy. It is mushy. Same with cornflakes, but cornflakes is such a light cereal. It's that sometimes I'll eat like I do 2 bowls of it. Like I just had cornflakes last night because I didn't want to make dinner. It's totally unhealthy, but whatever. It could be worse, So.
I used to like the what were they, the little shredded wheat with the icing on it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I haven't had that in years.
It was sweet and all, but it had a little extra protein in it, so that's how you justified that. But we still like the Chex cereals. I like corn Chex, wheat Chex, rice Chex, all of those.
Well, and I'll go to Aldi. I get the generic Chex. It's like $1.79.
Right.
Delicious. Yeah.
Right, but don't tell that to a kid, because you show the kid that those Chex or those Cheerios, even the colored ones, are the same thing as your Fruit Loops.
Now, I will say this. I bought Luke the generic Aldi, whatever they are, Cheerios, and I put it in his cup. He said he said, no, I'm full on this. That's how he says I'm done. I'm full on this.
Yeah.
I swapped it out with the other Cheerios. He's fine. There is a difference in some of them. I don't care. I could care less.
Right.
But I had to eat that whole generic box,
Right. You eat the cheap stuff while he gets the prime goods.
Yeah, let me go spend $10 a gallon on gas and buy $15 box of cereal with my $30 coffee.
Right. Amazing. Well, it's amazing how cereals have evolved, and we didn't even get into the oatmeal a segment of cereals and all, because they put more stuff in oatmeal now. You can get apple oatmeal, cinnamon oatmeal, maple oatmeals, all that kind of good stuff. And my wife likes steel cut oats, which takes about 15 or 20 minutes to prepare.
I just remember the Quaker oats in the old school box. You put it in there and it tasted like you were licking paper mache.
Yeah. And it's like they tell you oatmeal is good for you until you put the brown sugar in it, you put the raisins in it, you put stuff in, because it's like grits. Grits
Horrible.
are terrible by themselves, but if you put butter and salt and all kinds of other crap in it, it's flavored.
But why do I got to do that? I don't want to do that. I might as well just open up a box of that rainbow poop cereal.
That's right. Well, you gave me an idea. I'm going to leave and I'm going over to the grocery store now, because I'm going to get myself a box of sugar corn pops.
There you go. Do it. Yeah.
Haven't had that in a while. So
Yeah.
then I'll wash it down with another cup of coffee.
That's smart.
All right. Make it a good one. We'll catch you here next Tuesday at the same time. Peace out.